How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today we're taking a look at some settings and how you can use them in game to kind of be an advantage over other players and kind of, you know, get to be able to customize your HUD to your preference, basically. So it's not going to be a long video, as you can probably see by the time. But I thought it would be, you know, useful for newer players as to see, which is kind of I've found over the 6.5 years I've played this game, as to what's the best thing to use. So first things first, you press start on Xbox or the equivalent on PlayStation, and it will come up with this menu here, the standard menu, and then you can go to options, and you've got a variety of things you can change. Now, what have I done? The only thing that I changed here is that I've changed it from the default here to D-pad cruise control. Now, what previously cruise control was it was actually on the like the left stick. So when you click it in your left stick or your left thumbstick on PlayStation, you'd automatically drive forward, so you don't have to worry about moving around. I found that when I put it on the D-pad, you can, you know, it's not affecting you from moving side to side like. And I also found when I was using it, I've ruined a couple of controllers from having to press it in all of the time when I start games, etc. Especially when you play a lot of games, I found that it kind of caused stick drift with a lot of my controllers. So that's removed that sort of thing happening. So it's kind of made my controller last longer. Yeah, it's really useful in terms of just being able to press one button and then, like, pretty easily. It's easier on a button than it is to click in a stick, especially when you're in game and, you know, you've got plenty of things to be doing, shooting enemy tanks, etc. So yeah, that's something I changed. You can change your sensitivities actually in game, but I never do that just because I feel like, you know, you can move faster using your sensitivity, but it's not really impacting that much because your tank only moves at the speed it does. So yeah, I've kept them at the same speed. Obviously everything else is standard. The zoom you can toggle on, so you know that'll basically, when you zoom in, it will stay zoomed in. I don't ever put that on, just because I like to, when I release my left trigger, for it to come straight back out of the thing. Also, you've got artillery zoom. That's the same, so like, you know, you only have to press the button once, so you don't have to keep holding it. So, you know, if that's your kind of thing, then 100% you can use it in game. Now, going on to the options, there's a few different things that I've put on here, and the main one since update 6.0 was actually changing back to the red and green HUD. I didn't like the blue and green one. I thought it was pretty terrible, so what I've done is just literally pressed on it using A, or I believe it's X on PS4, and then just swapped it to the on. Gamma, I've left it a decent amount. You can always increase it. It just makes it easier to see tanks on screen. You know, I'd probably leave it at 60, to be honest. Safe zone, I've dragged that down slightly less than my screen, just because I find it easier to kind of see what I'm doing there. Keeps everything pretty tight on the screen. You don't have to move your eyes so far around. I know that sounds really lazy, but that's just, you know, it's easier for me when I'm playing. I've just got everything centralized. We've also got the battle interface. You obviously want that off, because you actually want the battle interface. Like, that will just basically remove any of the HUD that's on there, so you 100% want that on. Then I've taken vibration off, just because it kind of gets rid of some of the stuff in game that you definitely want. It's like, you don't want to be zooming around and vibrating when you're trying to steady your aim and stuff like that and make sure you don't miss. It's just something that I've always played with. I don't like playing with vibration on any game. I think it's kind of annoying, to be honest. But that's obviously personal preference if you've been using it for a long time, or if you want to just give it a go, then it's certainly something worth noting. Aim assist I don't have on, because it just takes away from everything that you're trying to do. You want to be able to actually aim where you want. You don't want to be dragged over to somewhere else, especially if you're like on the move. You don't want it to auto aim to the center of mass kind of like aiming assist anyway. I want to be able to shoot where I want to shoot, not where the computer's trying to tell me to, because often, a lot of the time, where the computer's trying to tell you isn't necessarily the best place to be shooting. So yeah, that's definitely something I'd remove off of your settings if you've got that on. Horizontal stabilization, I've got that on. That's just, it's just easy. Nothing I would change there. Rotate radar, no, something I wouldn't recommend. I also like having the radar that's square. I don't think the compass is very good at all. And yeah, I definitely wouldn't have the compass on, just because you can see a lot more of the battlefield using the full radar, not the compass. So yeah, not something I'd do. Minimap location, this is something for some of the older players that might not have noticed, and obviously some of the newer players, you can always move your minimap from either the bottom right to the top left, and they're the only options we've got so far. But I've put it down in the bottom right just so that, in front of me I've got all of the information I need, and not one side of my screen where it might get in the way of tanks that are in front of me. Often tanks aren't going to be at the lowest point of your screen, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's something you can also do. Additionally, the additional efficiency indicators can be used for a variety of different things. It basically just comes up with where you got shot from and that sort of thing, so you always want those on. They just give you some more information that you can use to be able to carry the games better and stuff like that. All of the stuff have obviously been talked about. Audio stuff, I tend to just remove all of the music because it gets annoying after you've played thousands and thousands of games. You don't want to be listening to the same music. You can change your in-game chat options so you can only hear your platoon. You could mute everyone, or you can allow anyone to speak. I've got it on platoon because I don't really want to be hearing other random people if they're having a laugh whilst I'm playing, just because it can get annoying, especially if you're trying to listen to your platoon mates in particular and what they're doing. Having someone speaking over you is really annoying. You can obviously then mute everyone if you just don't want to hear anyone in-game. Chat volumes, I keep sound effects high because that's the nicest bit to hear in game. Master volume I keep pretty low just so that I can talk to my platoon mates without them getting in the way. If you also didn't already know, we've got a replay system on World of Tanks, so if you've had a really good game and you want to have a look back through, or you want to see how you got penned, you can see all your recent replays in the replay section. This will be useful if you want to see how you got penned and how you could have impacted the game differently when you're playing. It comes up basically with a variety of different things from your recent games. I think it holds up to like 40 of your most recent games, so you can obviously go back through them. If you watch a video, it will be put first on your page here, as opposed to some of the other ones. But yeah, I hope you guys have kind of found the settings guide really useful. I don't know that it's necessarily that good for someone who's already been playing and sorted out their settings, but it's kind of a guide for you guys if you haven't already. Yep, obviously we haven't got that much more stuff we can talk about. There might be more settings that come in eventually, I'm not entirely sure, but as of update 6.0 and the following couple of months after, that's all of the settings we have. It'd be nice to also see some advanced statistics in career, but we haven't got those, and that's really annoying. But not much we can do about that. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please hit that like button and check out some of the other guides that I have on the channel regarding crew skills. That should be on the left, right on screen right now, and on the right there should be my most recent upload. As of the time of this video, it's probably the weekly news kind of recap for the following week. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.